Hello everyone, welcome to episode 19 of Top Chat. My name's Matt, joining me as ever is my good friend Joe.
Oh, my.
How you doing?
Not too bad, it's been a while, hasn't it?
It's been a while, it's been about 2 days.
Minute.
We were going to do a little explanation at the start, weren't we, of where we've been. Because we have been many places. It's been, in reality, a month since we've actually sat down and recorded together, isn't it?
Yeah.
But that does not mean that we've been apart. No, sir.
A month since we recorded the last episodes.
Yes, because we did.
Which was our two-part E3 predictions.
Mm-hmm.
So that was before E3.
It was, hence predictions.
Indeed.
And today will be a summary of said predictions.
Indeed.
And just the event as a whole. But before that, yeah, what we've been up to. Well, sorry, what you were going to say something really, weren't you? But
I was just going to say that we did sit down and do some E3 reactions.
Oh yeah, of course we did.
We had 5 or 6 of those go up over E3.
And our best one got the least views, which was the Watch Dogs one. So that was great. Thanks for that, everyone. Really pleased with that. And the worst one, I think, got the most views, which was my Gods and Monsters one.
Well,
because I got the name of the game wrong. But
you did. You got called out for that.
And I got called out, rightly so. So if the commenter on that video is watching this, thanks, because you're quite right.
Exactly.
Yeah, we did a couple of them. What else did we do? We did... So I didn't even mention the best one, in our opinions, was the Watch Dogs Legion reveal, which we were very excited for. We predicted there would be a game set. Well, we'll get onto that later. But yeah, Watch Dogs Legion. We did Cyberpunk 2077 featuring Keanu Reeves. We did FIFA 2020, mainly because of Volta, which is a return to FIFA Street. We did...
Star Wars.
Yes, Star Wars.
Jedi Fallen Order.
Mm-hmm.
Then I did Breath of the Wild 2 and The Witcher 3 on Switch.
Which you called?
The Switcher 3.
I liked that. So they're all in a playlist called Top Chat Reacts. We're not going to suddenly become some reaction channel. It was just, it made sense really, didn't it? It was E3.
Yeah. And we were going away as well.
We were going away.
Get onto.
Well, we'll get onto that right now, shall we?
Let's do it.
So before... Yeah, wait, what? Yeah, last time we recorded was before I went to Florence.
Indeed. On
a little 5-day trip, lovely city. Ate lots of food, drank some nice beers, saw far too much art. Don't really need to ever go in an art museum ever again, I think, because I went in 4.
And then you just told me you went in one today as well.
And I went in one today. I've had a little day out today to Tate Modern, so that was nice. But I've seen enough art in the last few weeks to last me a bloody lifetime, mate.
Yeah.
So, some visual and some oral.
Yes.
Oral spelled A-U, not O-R. So, yeah, I did that. I came back, and then you...
Then I left on my holiday to Dubrovnik in Croatia.
Lovely.
Which was blooming lovely. Sat on the beach, had some cocktails, saw some scenery from this little known programme known as The Game of the Thrones.
Never heard of it, mate.
No? It's pretty shit anyway.
I haven't watched it. Never watched it.
I also found out while I was there that it was also where they filmed the casino world in Star Wars The Last Jedi.
Really?
It was indeed.
Canto Bight, I believe it's called.
I don't know, because you like Star Wars 8, don't you?
I do like The Last Jedi. Oh. No, not The Last Jedi. What's it called? No, it's called The Last Jedi. Yeah, it's a good film, that. We've been meaning to do our Star Wars ranking for, what, like 4 months now?
Because we just get into an argument, and all I want to say is how wrong you are about Star Wars 8, but we won't do that here.
Likewise, but that's not for now. So you returned from Dubrovnik.
Indeed.
Had a lovely time. And then the two of us went on a lovely little jolly. We tend to go every year, but this is... we skipped last year, but we returned this year to the TM Hollowed Turf. I got that the wrong way around. It should have been Hollowed Turf TM, shouldn't it?
Indeed.
Because trademark always comes... Anyway, of Donington Park?
Yeah.
Donington Circuit, up in Derbyshire, for Download Festival.
Indeed.
So it was our 5th download, your 6th.
Yeah.
And it was wet and muddy.
It was indeed. Just recovered I've had about 4 showers since. Still don't feel very clean.
Do you know what?
No.
That first shower was wonderful because I put on a clean pair of pants, obviously, put on a clean pair of pants, clean shorts, clean t-shirt, and just stepped out into the beautiful sun because it was the first sun we'd had in about a week. It was really lovely Monday evening. It's now Wednesday night and it's shite again.
Well,
so
that's British weather for you.
that is British weather. So
Can't wait to see it in Watch Dogs Legion.
Yeah, you only want one weekend. Well, we only want one weekend a year to be good weather, and that is Download Festival.
Yeah.
And I think the last time the weather was nice for Download was 2014.
Possibly something like that.
This isn't a Download podcast, although I will say that Slipknot were excellent. And I think my top 3 bands would be Slipknot, Shikari, and Black Peaks.
Wow.
Shout out Trivium though, because I'm not really into Trivium, but they were bloody great.
Fair play.
Like really, really good. Like really good.
Well,
Really
Download is that was the inaugural Top Chat annual retreat.
Yes, it was. Top chat retreat. Anyway, obviously not our first one, as I just mentioned. But yeah, I took a picture of us assembling our boudoir.
Yeah.
It went well.
Yeah, it was
we had a
alright.
nice time sharing a tent, didn't we?
Well, once we become a multinational conglomerate and we're hiring employees, we're just going to drag them down to Donington.
Yeah, that'll be our
Every
annual
year.
company
Exactly.
jolly to the hallowed turf.
Indeed.
I like that. Sorry, I keep seeing people tweeting it, and I find it funny every single time. But anyway, this isn't a podcast about festivals or Download or music at all. It's a podcast about gaming.
Yes.
And what happened in between all of those shenanigans?
It was E3.
E3, which stands for
Electronic
Everything
Entertainment Expo.
Yes, stands for that.
And do you know why it's
does it
called
stand for?
E3?
What does it stand for?
Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Oh, I didn't know that. Why is it called E3?
Because each of those words starts with an E, and there's 3 of them.
3 of them.
You learn something new every day, am I right?
That's just fantastic. I
Yeah.
honestly didn't know that was called that. Though.
So, slightly an awkward time for us to go on holidays as we run in a video game podcast, but I think we did alright for our first ever time.
Yeah,
Our small little operation going on over here.
we did fine. Yeah, we filled in some gaps, and as we mentioned at the start of the podcast, we recorded 2 episodes of predictions. I went first because it was about 2.5 hours in total, just over. So an hour of it was me, and then about an hour and a half was Joe's predictions because he knows more.
Yeah, but thanks for not watching that, everyone. That's fine.
Yeah, it's all right. Don't worry
Everyone
about
watches
it.
Matt's one, so he just shits predictions.
Really? Did that one get more views?
It did, yeah. That's alright. I'm not bitter about
I
it. at
might
all.
have to look into that. Yeah, but your tennis videos basically bring everyone to this channel. So
But my predictions came out like the day before E3, so you know,
Yeah.
maybe not the best timing. But anyway,
That's true.
when we did that podcast, we sort of somewhat relaunched the Top Chat podcast
oh yeah,
in some ways, where we used to do the news and now we don't. But although we are going to be doing it today, somewhat. So
Yeah, I
we'll
suppose
just go
E3
back on our word, basically.
E3 is two episodes into the revamped Top Chat, and we're already
Yes.
going back to the old formula. But one thing we will not get rid of is what you've been playing, what you've been up to, other than holidaying and festivaling. Have you
Wow.
played any
I
games?
squeezed some Mass Effect 3 in, but that was
Okay.
probably before the last podcast.
Mm-hmm.
So I haven't played particularly a lot of that. But I have been playing one game quite a bit on
Okay.
my little Switch, and that is the Breath of the Wild.
Again, you've gone back to
I've
it.
gone back to it, yeah, because I was literally sitting there the day of the Nintendo Direct E3 presentation, and I was just looking at my Switch library. I was like, I ain't got nothing to play. I'm
I
really
ain't got nothing to
really
play.
excited for The Witcher possibly coming out because it was heavily rumoured on the Switch. I was looking at Breath of the Wild and I was like, you know what? I really want to go back to that game. I think I put it 3rd on my top 10 games of all time, but I've only ever been through it once.
Did you put it 3rd? Did you put it that high?
It was definitely top 5.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Shit.
And now I was like, right, I'm going to go back to that at some point. And then, lo and behold, they teased the sequel to Breath of the Wild, and I was like, well, I've got to go back.
Yeah.
I've got to play it.
What better time than now?
Exactly.
Well, good. How far through?
The first 3 hours or so.
Okay, not bad.
Yeah, still holds up.
Yeah.
Still fun as fuck and still quite hard as well.
Eloquently put.
Indeed.
I, on a similar note, have been revisiting a game, although I've only put about an hour into it because when I started playing it, you then came into my room and were like, we should record some reactions to stuff. So we
My
did.
bad.
No, it's fine because we were right to do so. But I've finally restarted Bioshock Infinite, which I believe was 6th in my top 10 games of all time.
Okay.
It was either Bioshock Infinite or just Bioshock 1.
Possibly. Because I know you
I think it was Infinite.
Because you were doing like one game from a series rather than like
Yeah, I mean, realistically, I would have put both in if I was just doing actual. Well, no. Yeah, I probably would have done, but yeah. Anyway, regardless of that, it's, the first video we ever put out is our top 10 each. If you're wondering what the hell we're talking about, you can find that on the channel and all good podcast services. But anyway, I've been playing Bioshock Infinite for about an hour, so I haven't even picked up my first gun yet.
Oh, wow.
I've got a Vigor. I've got the one that makes machines become on your side. That was really well put. The one where you can take control of machines. There you go.
Oh,
and make them friendly. Thank you. Yeah, we're doing well,
amazing,
aren't we?
Yeah.
You wouldn't think it's been a month since the last podcast, would you?
Well,
anyway.
My biggest thing of excuse me, not playing games is the fact that my girlfriend has somewhat taken over my PlayStation, could you believe?
The cheek of it.
So whenever I've been feeling playing a game, all of a sudden she's going and playing my PlayStation, can you believe?
I remember you mentioning this before.
The absolute cheek of it.
Before we went to download. So she's finished Uncharted 1?
Yeah, so she really fancied... She used to play the Tomb Raider games as a child.
Good shit.
So she bought the Lara Croft Tomb Raider 1 of the most recent trilogy by... I think it's Eidos or Crystal Dynamics, someone like that.
I mean, Eidos done like all of them.
Something I can't really remember because I've not played them, but it did look actually quite good.
Nice.
So that was the first one. I believe she's looking at getting the second one.
Okay.
Which is
enjoyed it then?
Rise of the Tomb Raider or Shadow of the Tomb Raider or Legend of the Tomb Raider, something like that. I think it's got Tomb Raider in the title. But yeah, then I suggested that she play the Uncharted games because I've got the Uncharted trilogy. They're very similar to those Tomb Raider games, and the only time she was really interested in watching me play video games is when I was playing Uncharted.
Oh, well, there you go.
So she got through Uncharted 1. She didn't enjoy it as much as Tomb Raider, which is fair enough because that game's a bit rough at this stage. She's currently about halfway through Uncharted 2.
What a treat.
Just got to the bit where they're in like Nepal.
Nepal,
yes.
There you go.
Nepal. And she's like fought the Yeti.
I would say that's further than halfway.
Yeah.
Isn't that sort of right at the end?
It's not right at the end.
Yeah, because don't the first two Uncharteds, they reveal their like mythical twist of like in Uncharted 1 they're like demons, aren't they, or whatever they are, and then in Uncharted 2 it's like a Yeti, and then I can remember you're in like an icy cavern with your Nepalese tour guide or whatever he is, and you have to fight the Yeti while keeping your tour guide alive.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, I swear that's like right at the end.
It's not right at the end. I think she was around chapter 13, 14, 15. I think there's about 20 chapters. So just over halfway then.
What a delight. And going to move on to 3 after that?
I presume so, yeah.
Lovely stuff. She's in for a right treat.
Now she's also interested in the Middle Earth games.
Is that Lord of the Rings?
Lord of the Rings, indeed, yeah. And do you know what's getting me excited? It's the fact that these are games that I wanted, and I don't have to buy them now. These Tomb Raider games, I've always kind of wanted them, and now they're going to be in my house. I'm like, well, I've got no reason not to play them now.
Well, this is excellent. Perhaps when Liv is a famous Twitch streamer, we'll have her on.
Yeah, unless she's too busy for us.
Too busy for her fans, streaming 12 hours a day. Is that why Ninja won't answer my calls?
Possibly.
Damn it. Well, that's great. Good news. She's a gamer. She's a real gamer. That's good stuff. Should we crack on with our actual podcast?
Let's do it.
So, with the predictions, as I said earlier, I went first. I did an hour, and then Joe did his hour and a half. I, like the OCD idiot that I am, immediately deleted all of my predictions off of my phone and my laptop and wherever else I, documented my predictions because I don't like clutter. So now, I don't really remember what I predicted. However, you've still got yours.
I do.
And you also have a pretty decent rundown of what was announced and confirmed and blah, blah, blah. So I think the plan is you're just going to sort of go through a roundup, if you like, and I'll sort of interject with, I think I predicted that, and you can tell me if I did or I didn't, because do you vaguely remember anything I said?
No.
I think I do. I mean, one of them, straight off the bat, Halo, as an Xbox Scarlet launch title, definitely predicted that. because I said it would be Halo, Gears, and Forza would all be announced as like a what's the word? Just like a AAA headline grabbing thing of we've got a new console and here's our 3 best franchises. Have at it.
Okay. Well, the beauty of the internet is that if you're lying, it's documented.
No, 100%. I made that prediction. I didn't know it was called Xbox. Maybe this will be the first
time I listen to our own podcast and go back and just call you out on your nonsense.
I didn't know at the time it was called Xbox Scarlet. Well, I mean, it's called Project Scarlet, isn't it? We still don't know what it's actually called, but I'm pretty sure I predicted that.
Okay. Well, we'll go through these.
Here we go.
So I've got a roundup here from Liam Croft at Push Square.
I just wanted to... Do you remember when you tried to... When we were doing the news, you wanted to add in a segment at the end of each news segment called Woody's Roundup.
I didn't want to. I successfully did.
What, for like 3 weeks?
Yes.
Even though it was a blatant rip-off of a Pixar intellectual property.
That's the point.
But we'll get sued.
No, I won't.
Someone will rat us out. Our fan base will rat us out.
Wow.
You're all rats, you little punks. Right, go on. Sorry. You've got it from where? Push Square?
Push Square.
Beautiful stuff. Thanks, guys.
A lovely... It's not all the E3 announcements. Like, there's too many to go through. This is a roundup of the announcements at the major press conferences.
Lovely.
So we'll start with Microsoft, shall we? Mm-hmm. So, big news. Keanu Reeves came out and, to great applause,
yes,
to announce that Cyberpunk 2077 is releasing in April 2020.
And he's in it.
And he is in it as well, yeah.
He's like a character, isn't he?
He is.
He is indeed. And what was he saying? You're incredible? No.
That's what he said to some guy in a crowd.
No, it wasn't incredible. Whatever it was, it's a meme now, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, that guy got a free special edition of Cyberpunk 2077.
Really?
He did indeed, yeah.
That's incredible. Good lad. Just for being...
Well, it was the E3 of shouting things out. Everyone was just shouting all the time, yeah.
Nice.
That was the interesting thing, but we're both excited for Cyberpunk.
Breathtaking. You're breathtaking. Okay. I said it in our reaction video. I'm still sort of on the fence.
Okay.
Show me some gameplay. CD Projekt Red.
Well,
show me the map. Show me a HUD.
As
I love a HUD.
In our reactions, that the gameplay was behind closed doors at E3, but just like last year, some point in the summer they will release it, I presume. So we'll get to see a bit of gameplay later on down the line. But we've got a release date sooner than I thought. April 2020. It's going to be a current gen game.
Yeah.
Everyone was sort of like, oh, is it like PS4, PS5? I presume they'll do a GTA 5 and release it on everything when the next gen comes out.
I think if people were speculating about it being a next gen title, it's been in development too long, really, isn't it? If it was going to be next gen, then CD Projekt Red would have known about the next gen consoles for 3 years?
Yeah.
So
well, I think it was announced like before The Witcher 3 came out. Like,
really?
Jesus, it's been about for a long time. But yeah, check out our reactions to that. All right, next up, we have The Outer Worlds trailer reveals an October release date.
So you were tempted to make a little reaction for just you for this one, weren't you?
I was.
Because this is the Obsidian?
Obsidian, yes.
See, I do pay attention. And they're the people that made the original 2 Fallout games.
Well, there's the people within Obsidian.
Oh.
They were at Black Isle, I believe it was called, Interplay. I can't remember which one developed, which one published. So yeah, Fallout Heritage. They did make Fallout New Vegas.
Which is your favourite one?
It's not, no.
Oh, it's your second favourite one?
No.
It's your third favourite one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess so.
I do pay attention.
Considering I never really played it, but...
Okay, fair enough.
But I am very excited for this because we're in like a bit of a stumbling point in the Bethesda style game where Fallout 4 wasn't particularly well received. Fallout 76
even less so.
Even less so, if that's a possibility. But the Outer Worlds does look very good, and they jumped the gun because it looks similar to what I imagined that Bethesda Game Studios Starfield would look like. It's very stylized. It's got a similar aesthetic to like the Fallout universe with sort of these cartoony characters making light of everything.
The screenshots and whatever that I've seen of it remind me of that kind of LA Noire. What is it, like 1930s, 1940s?
Well, yeah, it's got that kind of aesthetic. That's like what Fallout did. They got like a 1950s aesthetic, and I'd say maybe 30s or 40s for the Outer Worlds.
Beautiful stuff.
Yeah, can't wait for that one. That's probably going to be the first game of 2019 that I actually buy and play.
Is it coming out this year?
Yeah, coming out October this year.
Bloody hell.
Yeah.
You're not going to... Wait, no, I swear there's another... You'll get Pokemon... Oh, wait, no.
Well,
that's in November.
It is indeed.
And also is the next Call of Duty, which I'm going to buy, is also November, I think. So yeah, this probably will be the first 2019 game that we buy. Good stuff.
Well, as long as it doesn't go the way of Days Gone, because that was going to be our big first game we played on the podcast, wasn't it?
We were both so excited. Like the first few weeks of the podcast, we were just like, "Oh yeah, Days Gone." When that comes out, we're going to be like all over that shit. And then it was shit. Shit is the operative word. Although I'm still going to get Kingdom Hearts 3, but sorry, crack on. What?
Yeah, I'm a little bit upset with the reaction that the Outer Worlds is getting, and I'm going to make a top opinion on this because too many people are
subscribe,
sort of
subscribe for that,
like and comment, all that. Yeah, too many people are sort of taking this game out of context, hyping it up too much, and then you're worried there's going to be a lies aside, a No Man's Sky kind of fallout. From it.
Lies aside, even you admitting that Sean Murray is a massive, deceitful man.
Okay, next up on the Microsoft conference was Dying Light 2 trailer. Coming spring 2020. A loaded spring 2020, so this is the second game so far that we've got confirmed. Dying Light 1, I played about a quarter of, really liked it, but just fell off it like I do with all games.
Never played it.
This trailer looks quite cool. There seems to be the big thing about Dying Light was during the day you could still get attacked by zombies, and then at night like the zombies went like Super Saiyan and like fucked you up basically. That was crazy. But this one seems to be more like zombies come out at night, and then you've got the human threat during the day. So I was quite interested in that.
Yeah.
It does make me want to go back to Dying Light 1.
Dying Light 1 for me came out at a bad time because it was, I believe it was 2013, and that was, for me, was just the height of my Destiny 1 obsession. So it was during a time when I wasn't considering anything. Just Destiny was all I played. So, but I'm vaguely interested in this. Yeah. Neither of us predicted it.
No, well, it was out. It was confirmed to be coming out, and there was a trailer. I think last E3 maybe Gamescom, something like that. But they did show the character for this one. I think his name was Aaron, something like that, and he is infected.
Oh no!
It's one of these zombie storylines where he's infected, but he's still going somehow.
Oh, but like Ellie, Last of Us. Ellie, she's infected, isn't she?
Massive spoilers, yeah.
Oh, come on, that game's been out years.
There's got to be a cut-off point.
Yeah, deal with it. If I've just spoiled The Last of Us for anyone, apart from maybe our other halves, neither of which are probably interested, then
nice.
Soz, basically. Like, give a fuck.
So that's probably going to add some interesting gameplay elements. Alright. So then after EA Play, which wasn't technically at E3, they gave us the first gameplay reveal of Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, which we reacted to. Not overly keen on it, I don't think. It looks okay.
I think I am more than you because it looks like... Well, no, I was going to say it looks like more my kind of game, but it doesn't really.
No.
I think the reason that I was sort of mainly interested in it is because Forrest Whitaker is in the gameplay, whatever you call it, and he is, of course... Saw Gerrera from Rogue One, so it's going to be set around that time, which I think is probably my favourite time period for the Star Wars.
Between 3 and 4.
Between 3 and 4, I think that's a fantastic time period. We got the Clone Wars, got Rogue One.
Yeah, my thing is that exactly, there's a lot played out in that area. I want to know.
But
I
not-
want between 6 and 7. That's why I was quite eager to get Battlefront 2, and then for that to be like really crap, because that was like from the perspective of a stormtrooper on Endor, like watching her base get blown up. So
I think the reason they've gone between 3 and 4 is because for diehard fans, such as ourselves, then we're not diehard, but well, I'm not anyway. I'm a big fan. I'm not diehard. Anyway, pedantic. You can take the most beloved characters from the original trilogy to a certain extent, and also the second trilogy, because you can have Obi-Wan, you can have like a young Luke and Leia, you can have Han Solo and Chewie, you can have all these like decent characters.
yeah, that's a
And you
fair
have Darth
point.
Vader as well.
Yeah, I wonder if we'll see that come up. But we had
It's not bad, is it?
that was alright.
Oh no, hang on. No, I've lost it.
That
Can't-
was actually right. So we had a bit more gameplay at the Microsoft conference.
Yeah, we got a video on that. Go and watch
Not too much more than the EA one. Again, the Wookiees look shit. But actually, what I did hear,
it. Wookiees never look shit.
I can't remember where I saw it. I read an article somewhere that EA didn't say anything about this particularly, didn't show it off. But apparently, you're actually in control of a ship, and you get to choose what planets you go to and what missions you do.
Okay.
Which is a lot more interesting than what they showed, which was sort of like the linear,
It was very linear, yeah.
Uncharted style. But anyway, we'll see how that one goes. Check out
Okay.
the video.
I didn't know that. Very interesting.
Next up is the much rumoured, finally announced, From Software and George R.R. Martin's RPG, The Elden Ring, confirmed with first trailer. It's just a little tease. Nothing to do with the Game of the Thrones.
I was going to say, can I prove my knowledge here and say that I know that From Software, they're the people that do Soulsborne and Sekiro.
Indeed.
And George R.R. Martin is the man that wrote Game of Thrones.
He was.
There you go.
So,
I know my stuff.
I mean, I like Game of Thrones.
I don't.
Don't really like From Software games, so I've never really played them.
Oh, I love watching them. I've never played a single one, but I bloody love watching them. I don't know why, I'm just obsessed with watching people play like Dark Souls
Okay.
and Sekiro. Can't explain it.
Okay. Well,
Shouldn't have to.
I'm sure that one's coming out in like 3 years' time.
And that'll be out next year, and it'll be bloody great, and there won't really need to be any more said about it.
Well,
Telling you now.
if George R.R. Martin is writing the story, then it's never coming out because he's never going to finish it. Next up,
Well, you finished Game of Thrones.
he's not finished writing it. Famously, he's on like I think the last or maybe second to last book, and he's delaying it and delaying it.
Well, the TV's done, isn't it?
Yeah, but he gave them the information. That's why season 6, 7, and 8 were much maligned compared to the rest of the
Well,
seasons.
so he told the producers, "Oh, this is what I'm gonna write. I just haven't written it."
Yeah.
What? So now he doesn't need to write them.
Well, he does. Because there's a lot more going on in the books. Similar to Harry Potter. Anyway, moving on. Borderlands 2 is getting some free DLC. The very old Borderlands game, Borderlands 2, is getting an update in preparation for Borderlands 3, which I think is coming out in September, October?
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Which follows the story of some character in the new game. I'm not going to go any deeper than that. I mean, we know nothing.
We've literally got a video on our channel that is called "We Don't Like Borderlands" (sorry).
Yeah.
So yeah, move on.
Moving swiftly on.
Don't really care. I would love I know I'd love it. Why do I not just play it? Anyway, yeah,
There's
go on.
too much to play and not enough time. That's
really
another
is.
one of our videos. This is just a big advertisement for our
Yeah.
video.
You should really subscribe if you haven't.
You really should.
No, you shouldn't.
You just love
Onwards.
to see it.
Onwards. Here we go.
So a new Minecraft game was announced from Mojang, which is Minecraft Dungeons.
Do you not pronounce the J? Oh, not you personally. Are you not meant to?
I don't think so. Mojang. It's
Mojang
like,
or Mojang?
No, it's Mojang because it's Chinese, isn't it? The game.
I don't know. No, it's not.
Mojang.
It's made by one American guy, isn't it?
No, the actual game.
Yeah.
No,
Minecraft.
not the game Minecraft. There's a game called Mojang, like an old Tiles game.
Yeah, but isn't that the name of his studio?
Yeah, that's the name of the studio, but I think it's named after an old Chinese tiles game called Mojang.
Alright, what's that got to do with price of cheese?
Because in China they won't pronounce the J. Never mind.
Oh, of course, that's what we were arguing about.
Yes.
just completely forgot everything. Alright, so that's why it's pronounced Mojang.
So Minecraft Dungeons is like a Diablo-style dungeon crawler.
Minecraft in the style of Diablo.
Yeah, well, it's
Diablo.
It's top-down, sort of isometric view.
Okay.
Still coming to PS4. Okay.
Not gonna get it.
No.
Good.
But, they... Fair play. Microsoft own Mojang and keeping Minecraft alive on the other systems.
Yeah, they've got to. It's the best-selling game of all time, isn't it?
Yeah, something like that. Well, coming out in 2020.
There you go.
Okay.
I won't hold my breath.
Double Fine has been acquired by Microsoft, but
Fine.
Psychonauts 2 is still coming.
Is that Tim
Schafer.
Schafer's?
Yes.
Ah.
I believe so.
Oh, okay, very good. But
so,
no Psychonauts 2.
The Psychonauts 2 is coming to PS4 still. I think it's probably a similar thing to when Tim Schafer. So when Microsoft purchased Obsidian, obviously there was an agreement with whoever's publishing the Outer Worlds to still release that game on PlayStation 4, and I presume this is the last Double Fine game we'll see on PlayStation. Although, going back to the last story, Mojang is still releasing new games on Sony consoles.
Yeah, you never know, do you?
Next up.
You ever played Psychonauts?
No, I have played Broken Age, which is one of Schafer's games.
Yeah.
I haven't got all the way through it, but they're a bit too abstract for me. I'm not a smart person. Like,
I downloaded Broken Age and never played it because it was what's it called? It was a PlayStation Plus game, as was Grim Fandango.
Yes.
I never played that either, but that's not my kind of game.
No, they're a bit quirky. They're a bit off the wall.
Yeah.
I'm as straight as an arrow when it comes to things like this. I need just endless dialogue screens telling me. Basically, what I need is the Mass Effect information hub where they just tell you everything and don't leave things open to interpretation. Next up, Microsoft teased their new console with some specs, which I don't understand because I'm an idiot, as I said. Looks really powerful. So far, Project Scarlet coming out
freaking
holiday
great.
2020.
Yeah, it looks really good.
For more on that, check out our reaction videos. We did one on that as well, actually.
Yeah, I'm more of the specs nerd, shall we say?
Yeah,
I'm more interested in it, and I think it sounds friggin' great.
yeah.
It sounds like a really good console.
Deep dive into that, didn't you?
Well, I wouldn't say deep.
Deeper than we're gonna go now.
Yes, yeah. Go and watch it. It sounds like a bloody good console.
Tales of Arise coming to Xbox and PS4 in 2020. Don't even know what that is.
No,
sorry.
How are we doing on these predictions? Because so far I feel like I didn't predict any of this.
Well, I'm gonna go back and look at mine.
Okay.
At the end.
At the end. Okay. Stay tuned for that because that'll be interesting.
So
I know I'm not doing well.
Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, speaking of science, brings the life of Goku to PS4 in early 2020, and I presume Xbox as well.
Nice.
Cool. I know people like. I don't know anyone who's like, oh, I like Dragon Ball Z. I know people who are like, I fucking love Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, it's a cult.
It is. I've got a friend who has Dragon Balls tattooed on his body.
Oh, bloody hell.
Yeah.
See, I was obsessed when I was about 8 for maybe a year or two, and now I'm not.
No.
There you go. That's the latest.
Anyway, here's one we do like, which...
Do we?
I sent him a message. I sent him a message because
did you
about this game that's coming up, because it was sort of like a under the carpet release. But you've mentioned that you like these games before, and that is Lego Star Wars.
Oh yeah, boy!
The Skywalker Saga brings
yeah, boy.
all 9 episodes together on PS4.
Fuck yeah! That's all you can say about
that. I played episodes 1 to 6 on the PS2. I think it was.
See, I've only ever played episode 7
back in the day,
and
really
I bloody love it. It's great.
I played the demo of episode 7. I was like, oh, I don't like this.
What?
But
Episode
just a
7's
demo.
brilliant. It's so good.
But
All
we
the
were
Lego
wondering
games.
where episode 8 was, and obviously they were just like, fuck it, let's just wrap them all up in one big bundle, because then they're gonna stick number 9 on the end there.
That
So
makes
I
sense.
actually kind of want this. Just essentially 6 games in one,
I will almost
Six?
definitely be getting
9
this.
games.
9 games, mate.
or 3, because normally they do 3 episodes in one game.
It could be like the Harry Potter games where years 1 to 4 and then 5 to 7.
Speaking of which, I'm gonna get that on Switch when I've got some money.
Lego Harry Potter games on Switch.
Yeah.
I will be getting a Switch pre the release of Pokemon Sword and Shield. I know I said this post the launch of Pokemon Let's Go. However, I will 100% be getting Sword and Shield because it's a new entry. Let's Go for me was a draw, but not enough of a draw. Whereas now I'm like, I want a Switch, I want Mario Kart, I want Pokemon. I will probably borrow Breath of the Wild off you, and I would quite like to get a Lego game of some sort. So there we go.
There's a lot coming out on it.
Hold me to that.
Well, that's the end of the Microsoft ones. So
Good job, Microsoft.
let's move swiftly on to Square Enix, otherwise known as Square Enix.
Square Enix, yeah.
And here's one where we're just going to be like, right, yep, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. 'Cause
Unless it's Kingdom Hearts, I don't know anything about it.
JRPG, the conference, basically.
Ah.
So,
Final Fantasy VII was announced.
well, not announced, it's been announced for years, but
Oh, yeah.
Final Fantasy VII remake trailer shows Tifa for the first time. Sephiroth speaks. What? I don't know what that means.
Sephiroth. Sephiroth is like the bad guy, the main bad guy. And I think it's quite contentious who's going to do his voice, I think.
Okay.
Hence why that's a talking point.
So, okay, more stuff about Final Fantasy VII. The remake's first game takes place in Midgar alone, which I believe is the big city that's in
idea.
Final Fantasy VII. Obviously, Final Fantasy VII Remake is split up into episodes, with the first one coming out, I think, again, spring 2020.
Bloody hell.
So that's a stacked lineup. I have to say, it did look really good.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to look amazing.
I mean, it looks amazing, and, you know...
It's revered.
It's revered, so...
Are you tempted?
Maybe, because I've dabbled in Final Fantasy, but I've never really, like, gone all in. And something that's sort of...
Yeah.
The thing is about Final Fantasy 15 was it was big, this big game, but this is, like, split up into episodes, and I think that would be a nice way to sort of...
It's a bit more manageable.
You with the Final Fantasy world.
Yeah.
The only Final Fantasy game I've really got into was Final Fantasy 14, the MMORPG, which had like a free trial thing for like a week, and I just played it solidly for a week.
And didn't buy it?
I didn't buy it in the end, no. It was too cheap.
Unbelievable. I think I played 10. I think.
Okay.
Not sure. Onwards.
Final Fantasy VIII Remastered, not to be confused with Remake, is coming to PS4 this year, which is just basically Final Fantasy VIII a bit up-resed. Didn't look that great. Marvel's Avengers finally unveiled with flashy CG trailer. Releases May 2020. Again,
we made a video on that.
A loaded up spring 2020. That's going to be interesting.
Mental.
Yeah. Well, by that time, we're going to have millions of subscribers getting sent all these codes. We're going to have
all these codes.
No time to play all these games.
We're not at all.
But yeah, check out our reaction to that one. Ooh, tepid is the word. You don't like Avengers, but
I'm not interested in
I'm not the biggest Marvel fan. You've seen
all the movies.
I've seen all the movies, yeah. But
I was talking to someone at work about the Marvel movies the other day. I've seen Iron Man 1 and I think Iron Man 2. Not sure. And I've seen Black Panther. That's it. I've not seen Thor. I've not seen Captain America. I've not seen... Last time I watched the Hulk movie, it was not Mark Ruffalo. It was someone else.
Oh, well, Mark Ruffalo... There's only been one Hulk movie in the MCU and Mark Ruffalo wasn't in it. It was... something Newton, I believe.
Oh, no, it was Edward Norton.
Edward Norton.
Yeah, back in like 2004.
And then he got replaced for...
Did he?
In the MCU, yeah.
Edward Norton's a much better actor than Mark Ruffalo.
There was some big thing. But anyway, check out our reaction to that.
Drama.
I'm waiting on gameplay to officially give my reveal, but to give my opinion rather. But
I don't give a damn.
I have to say, it does look like, you know, when you see like the Poundland action figures of the Avengers, and it's like the Revengers, and there's like Purple Man and Steel Suit Guy.
The Incredible Hank.
Yeah, it did kind of look like that.
Yeah, it does a bit.
Okay, moving on.
Captain USA.
Captain USA.
Captain USA.
Dragon Quest Builders 2 gets an incredibly jolly gameplay trailer. I'm just reading the headline to this one because I've got no context.
Yeah, me neither.
Dragon Quest Builders 2, it's like Minecraft meets Dragon Quest.
Cool.
Crack on. I know people love Dragon Quest as much as Final Fantasy.
Nice.
We had another Dying Light 2 trailer because obviously Dying Light 2 is being published by Square.
Mm-hmm.
Outriders is the new game from Bulletstorm Dev coming 2020.
I've not heard about this.
I looked at this. I think it's the game that I'm thinking of. And it was so unbelievably like 2015 when Overwatch and Battleborn.
Oh no! Is it a hero shooter?
I think so. I might be missing that one a little bit.
I suppose Apex Legends has proved that there's still a market for such a thing.
Well,
kind of.
We'll see.
Apex Legends is basically Fortnite crossed with something like the aforementioned.
Well, let me just quickly look up this one. I don't want to give it an unjust.
No, fair enough. Especially because I'm quite a big advocate for. Advocate's probably not the right word, but I'm a big fan of Bulletstorm. I think it's a really good game.
Yeah, it's the one you.
It
like,
just missed my top 10, I believe. I think it was an honourable mention because it's a bloody great game, and I've been meaning to pick up the remaster for quite a while. But just
it's a bit more. It's a bit more cyberpunky than I thought it was. It's got some.
All right.
I think it's like a post-apocalyptic narrative-driven one though, rather than just purely online.
Cool.
Anyway.
Okay.
Next, Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered journeys to PS4 this winter. Cool.
Nice.
A lot of Final Fantasy coming. Romancing Saga 3 comes to PS4 and PS Vita. Nice. It's still alive. Saga Scarlet Grace Ambitions comes to PS4. Okay.
Yep.
I'm just going to route through these. I don't know what any of these words mean anymore. Ominous Action RPG Oninaki releases on PS4 in August. Circuit Superstars is a Micro Machine style racing game from Square Enix Collective. Actually, that one looked quite cool because it's like a top-down. I remember I had Micro Machines on my Game Boy Color, and I could never work it out because of the angle from being top-down. But I was a stupid child, and I was using a D-pad as well.
I had Micro Machines V3, I believe, on PlayStation 1 or maybe 2, and it was great. Yeah. Many a happy split-screen hour spent with my sister playing that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's one that's interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, well that's Square.
Thanks, Square.
Thank God for that bit.
Most of that was gibberish.
Yeah, we just need someone. We need like a third chair just to add some JRPG context.
Get in touch.
Actually, this article's missing something because there was some Kingdom Hearts 3 stuff shown for the resold or whatever it's called.
Oh, who knows? Who knows? Kingdom Hearts is just all over the shop. Ubisoft. Beautiful. Great E3, Ubisoft.
Yeah, lovely. Let's start off with this one then. Watch Dogs Legion lets you play as anyone and is also coming out spring 2020 in March, this one.
Yep.
Just a month before its sort of brother in some respects of Cyberpunk. Look very similar in many aspects.
Yeah, I mean, go and watch our video on it. Yeah, if you want to know what we think. But short story is we're both quite excited.
Yes, and a new gameplay since we watched.
Really?
We watched the trailer. New gameplay has come out, and he went down Camden High Street.
Did he?
Quite funny.
That's cool. Did he go past the Monarch?
No, I think they've also released the map as well, and in our reactions, I explained the boundaries of the map. And they were correct. And where I work, this pub in Camden, is literally cut off. It's the edge of the map. It's the northern edge of the map.
What a shame.
And it looks like there's some kind of base there, like some kind of, I don't know.
That is interesting.
Base, but yeah, we're excited for this one.
Yes, very much.
Watch our video on that because we've got a lot to say in that.
We really do.
Rainbow Six Quarantine is the PvE counterpart to Siege, coming early 2020.
Nice.
So I know people really like Rainbow Six Siege.
People go bloody mental for Siege.
I remember it coming out and everyone was really excited, and then it came out and everyone was like, it was alright. And then all of a sudden it sort of...
It's had this resurgence over the last
definitely.
year or so where people have just gone mental for it.
Yeah.
I think it's quite good. I don't mind it.
No.
I don't have it, but...
Yeah, well...
There you go.
Another Rainbow Six.
Another Rainbow Six. Well, I believe one of us predicted a Tom Clancy game of sorts.
Yeah.
Didn't expect it to be another Rainbow Six. I mean, I wanted Splinter Cell.
Yeah, I think I guessed Splinter Cell as well.
Yeah. Oh well.
Well, next up is one of Ubisoft's unannounced, the second of, well, actually the third of on this list of their 4 unannounced AAA games.
Mm-hmm.
And that is Gods and Monsters from the team that made Assassin's Creed Odyssey.
Sorry, you just caught me mid-yawn. Yeah.
This is a game for you, I think.
It is and it isn't. It's a game being made by the studio that made Odyssey, and I feel like this is the game they wanted to make when they were told to make Odyssey. Basically, because Odyssey's not an Assassin's Creed game in my opinion, but it's a really good RPG with Assassin's Creed elements that somewhat hold it back. Whereas this is a completely different art style. It's far more like mythical and whimsical. I think trying to distance itself as much as possible from AC, and that can only be a good thing. Excuse me, for all of us, because I don't want another half-baked AC. I feel like most of the community don't, and it's just better for the developers if they're working on a game that they actually want to make. There you go. That's
so you did a video on this,
and pretty much said exactly that. So don't go and watch it. No need. There you go.
Okay, well that's actually one that's doing well on our channel. So,
Whoops.
yeah, to me it looks a bit like a Greek mythology sort of meets
Hate the art style.
Zelda, Breath of the Wild in some ways.
Yeah. Hate the art style.
You and Fishy spoke about this in your interview.
Yeah.
But obviously you don't speak for everyone.
We don't speak for everyone. You can't in the comments, whoever you are. Yeah, I don't care.
We love the angry comment.
Yeah, I love the angry comments.
Gives us a bit of a giggle.
Yeah.
We love all comments. Comment below.
Especially if you're a cunt.
Okay, and now Ubisoft are going into the sports kind of Rocket League, eSports, X Sports type thing.
X Games.
Yeah, that's what I'm on about.
There we go.
Roller Champions.
Oh, dear God.
Looks a mix between like sort of rollerblading and Rocket League.
I've not heard of this.
It looks quite fun.
Does
to be
it?
fair, it's free to play. It's sort of like another one of those Ubisoft like curveballs, a bit like Steep. Just like okay, fair enough.
Yeah,
if you're doing that, go ahead. Looks quite fun, free to play. I'll check it out.
When's it being released?
It does not. It's playable on PC now, so I don't even know if it's coming to PlayStation.
Oh wow! Okay.
Didn't even look that far ahead.
I might just watch some YouTube on that. See if there's
nothing
a
announced for PlayStation 4 so far.
Oh.
Oh well.
Presumably nothing announced for all consoles in that respect.
Yes.
I might watch some YouTube videos on that. See if it's any good.
On.
Yeah.
So Assassin's Creed Odyssey had a bit of DLC announced for it.
Yeah.
Just build your own quests with story creator mode out now.
Yeah, well, you just mentioned him a second ago, but I've watched a couple of Fishy's videos on this. He's a very humorous guy, so they're humorous videos, but it's not sucked me back into the game personally.
No, well, you were kind of sort of glad to be done by the end of it.
I was glad to be done. I did like the game, don't get me wrong, but I was glad to be done, but also personally, in a game where there's, like at least 50 hours of story mode, the last thing I think it needs is...
extra quests.
Yeah, more like, oh, do you want to make your own quest? Like, no, I've done enough. I didn't like half the ones you got me to do. But, yeah, fair enough. Some people have gone mad for it.
Fair enough.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
Is that it from Ubi?
Pretty much, apart from some little things.
All the headlines.
All the headlines.
Nice.
And now we move on to Bethesda. So, they started off with Ghostwire Tokyo from the people who made The Evil Within.
Oh, okay. I'm presuming this is just going to be another horror game, to be honest.
It looks...
It's got Ghost in the title.
No, Tokyo's quite cool. I'm kind of all about that.
Is it Shinji Mikami again?
It is indeed.
Yeah, lovely.
Did you know that? You know,
I knew Mikami-san because of The Evil Within, and because he made. Was he like? I think he was quite pivotal in some of the Resident Evils, or like Silent Hill, something like that.
Okay.
I think he was anyway.
Well, it's something to do with about supernatural beings.
Nice.
Kidnapping people in Tokyo.
Good shit. Sounds
so
good.
Tokyo's an awesome place to set a video game, I think.
Yeah, not been personally, but it looks great.
Now this one, I like this one.
Okay.
So Deathloop is the new game from the Dishonored developers, Arcane Studios. And the premise is that you're like two assassins tasked with killing each other. But you're like stuck in this time loop. So like, I think it's similar to that Tom Cruise film, Oblivion, I think it's called. Was that a time loop or was that something else? Anyway.
He's got Edge of Tomorrow, which is where he just dies over and over again.
Yeah, maybe it's that one. I think they start the day again. And
yeah, that's that.
I think you can play as like the two different characters.
It sounds like Spy versus Spy.
Well, Spy versus Spy.
You've not heard of that? It's like an old PS2 game, I think, where it was that, where you could just, you had to kill the other one. One of you had to kill the other one. Okay. I think it was more of like a split screen kind of thing.
But yeah, you're on this island and you're trying to break this time loop that sort of resets when you die. Open levels, things like that. I think that's pretty cool. Not much else to say on that.
Yeah, fair enough.
But that's two IPs, two brand new IPs as well.
Yeah, there you go. Spy vs. Spy, PS2 game from 2005.
Oh, I kind of recognise the art style.
It's quite a recognisable box art. Yeah, there you go. Sorry, I just want to throw that out there.
Well, we got loads of Fallout 76 news.
Gross.
They gave a free trial to get people into that game. To play it. Yeah. They were very like. They weren't the Bethesda of old, where they'd sort of be like, "Sorry, we fucked up." There's sort of excuses and like.
Really?
Yeah, like Todd Howard was saying, like, "Oh, we knew this game was going to be a bit rough at launch. We'd never done an online game." It's like, yeah, okay.
Don't give me excuses. Yeah. Give me results. Okay.
Then the big announcement, which I don't even know why this is an announcement, but Fallout 76 is actually getting non-playable characters and dialogue choices.
So it's just going to become a Fallout game?
Essentially.
Nice.
Which would be good.
So
that's what people want.
Yeah.
Well, that's why everyone cheered. It's getting NPCs.
Really?
Because the game did seem like, I remember watching gameplay and it's just so empty. There's just nothing going on in that game.
Shame.
Fallout 76 as well, jumping on the bandwagon and getting a battle royale mode.
Oh, bloody
52
hell!
Players.
Really?
It's going to be a bit rough. That is, because Fallout, like even the best Fallouts, aren't renowned for good gunplay. It's not the smoothest of experiences.
Well, like you say, bandwagoning, isn't it?
Yeah, wow.
All aboard.
Anyway, we got Doom Eternal, new trailer that Doom is just shit getting ripped apart.
Nice.
Late November release date for that one.
Cool.
They also announced battle mode for Doom Eternal. It's multiplayer, which pits one Slayer against two demons. Whatever that means, but it sounds cool.
Well, Slayer is the character that you are, I believe.
Yeah. And then
I guess the demons are the enemies.
I guess the other players play as demons.
Nice.
Similar to like Left 4 Dead or I think The Evil Within actually.
Probably.
I think that had no, it was not The Evil Within.
There's a game called, oh god, my sister's obsessed with it. It'll come to me. Carry on.
I think it's you play as like
a killer.
The
and
enemy.
It's like, you can play as the killer, and there's like 4 people that have to fix machines to open an entrance. She's obsessed with it. I can't think what it's called.
Okay.
Anyway, carry on.
More Wolfenstein Youngblood.
Wolfenstein is another series that I know I would just love if I could be bothered. If I had the time to get into it, I would love Wolfenstein.
Exactly. We have said before that we like the story, the alternate reality.
The idea of it is fantastic. Yeah.
I've been tempted with it on Switch, but I feel like it's definitely one of those games where I know this sounds a bit counteracting my why I want Witcher 3 on Switch, but like I feel like that's the game what I'd enjoy on console more.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I get that. Definitely.
What else we get? Lastly, we got some DLC for Rage 2.
Okay.
Cool. I actually quite like the look of Rage. I might pick that up in a sale at some point.
Yeah, may as well.
Okay. On to EA.
EA.
I didn't think this would be in the article because I didn't even bother looking. Oh well. As we said, Star Wars Jedi Fallen
Wait,
Order.
why? I'm confused.
What?
Why didn't you think this would be...
EA, because
they weren't really meant to be there, yeah.
Well, they weren't really at E3. They were just sort of doing their own thing in LA.
Cheeky
the
bastards.
Day before.
Yeah.
So they were at E3.
Yeah.
As we said, EA showed off gameplay for Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. You can catch our comments on that.
Our opinions, yeah. Go and watch.
Yep. Apex Legends Season 2 kicks off 2nd of July with a new legend named Watson.
Watson.
Spelt W-A-T-T, like the unit to measure power.
Yeah.
So,
and the gym leader in, believe the third gym leader you face in Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire is called Watson, and he uses electric types.
wow, I guess.
And you would presume that this guy is going to have some sort of electricity-based
Do you know what? I could
power.
click on the article and look up exactly what that is.
I wouldn't bother.
If you're interested, why don't you look it up yourself, you lazy cunts?
Also, Apex Legends has dragons in it now.
Does it?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I don't play it.
Okay. Well, look that up.
Yeah,
we're
just-
not here to inform you. We're just here to.
We read headlines.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
That's
fucking
all
deal
we're
with
about.
it.
Battlefield 5
You've got Google.
enters the Pacific.
Battlefield 5, yep.
Literally shouldn't have to.
Yeah.
Enters the Pacific Theatre of War with Chapter 5 coming this fall.
Ooh.
I reckon that means that's DLC, my old bean.
My old bit with the Pacific Theatre is, of course, USA versus Japan, isn't it? The Battle for the Pacific, so that'll be Pearl Harbor and might involve some atomic bombs, you never know. Doubt it, though, because that'll be very controversial. It would probably just be the battle for the sky and the sea.
Yeah.
Sounds
FIFA
good.
20 reveal goes all in on street-based Volta mode. Again, check out our reactions to this, but this is something that we'll be probably getting and
I
playing a
just
lot.
dabbed 7 times.
Oh, it looks so cool. This
Yeah,
looks
it looks so sick.
The problem with this is that everyone in the trailer looks far too cool as well for like people like me. They look so Shoreditch and East London and very cool and hip, whereas I still wear Vans.
Yeah? Nothing wrong with that.
They wear their Hirachis or whatever they're called.
Oh no, Hirachis are dead, mate.
Are they?
You're so far behind.
They're
It's
Hirachis.
ridiculous.
I'm talking about shoes, and I quite clearly don't know anything.
No, you don't.
But everyone looks very cool in that trailer. And they're playing street ball.
Well, it's like it's fashion at the moment to look like you've just walked out of the gym, isn't it? So that's what they all look like.
But
Although you could say that is appropriate attire for street football.
yeah,
so
fair enough.
You know what? Give them a break.
sorry. Yeah, check out reactions on that because we're both football fans and we are FIFA Street fans. And I think
We've clamoured for this.
we have actually spoke about the return of FIFA Street in our podcast before. Alright.
Don't know what that was, but I'm excited.
Next one, Madden NFL. I'm not even going to read that because no one gives a shit.
No.
Like,
No.
I've seen our analytics, and the 1% of you from America can get to fuck.
Well,
basically.
they probably won't make it this far anyway.
No.
If you're interested in Madden, good
Not
for
saying
you.
all of America can get to fuck. I'm saying your sport you call football. can
Saying
get to
that,
fuck.
there's a lot of people in the UK that like American football, but I think that's more because they want to seem interesting.
It's weird. My stepbrother, he loved his American football. I remember we watched our first game.
Get it?
It came on BBC because I think it's the first time we broadcast an American football game. And now, because we were both like, oh, this is really cool. I didn't follow it. And now he writes for Sky Sports News about American football.
Does he really?
He does indeed.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
Good lad.
Next up, lastly, some would say, The Sims 4 brings Island Living to PS4 next month.
You don't like The Sims, do you?
I used to love Sims 2.
Oh. Thought you didn't for
It's
some reason.
It's definitely not a console game. I had Sims 2 on console as well, and it fucking sucked. I just thought that I didn't even know Sims 4 was still going.
Yeah.
I guess it makes Sims can just be like a perpetual thing now, can't it? It doesn't need an update particularly, like in terms of graphics or anything.
The Sims is one of those games where if you put it down for 6 months or so, you're not going to miss anything. Like, the core game isn't going to change. You're not exactly going to get left behind. Like, for me, I haven't picked up Destiny Destiny 2 in coming up to a year, to the point where if I picked it up now, I would be just to the point where I can't catch up, or at least where I don't have the time to catch up. Whereas The Sims, put that down, you can pick it up in 6 months' time, and you won't have missed anything apart from maybe a few packs. But as long as you pick up the big expansions, like pets, or there's like a Halloween, like a spooky one, I think, pick them up, and you're pretty much bang up to date with The Sims. So
yeah,
I like The Sims, but I do agree that it's not a console game. I had Sims the Herbs, Sims in the City, and yeah, just not good on PS2. It's much better with a mouse and keyboard.
One of the only times I'd agree that mouse and keyboard is better.
Oh no, mouse and keyboard's better for a lot of games.
I hate it.
But that's because the type of games you play are not suited for mouse and keyboard. Whereas something like a Fortnite or a Call of Duty is just better.
Or shoot that really accurately. All that I can turn around quickly. Lovely stuff.
Well, yeah, that is literally the point.
Yeah, well, I like to play on low sensitivity.
Oh, no.
I remember
the highest sensitivity possible on my Call of Duty heyday. I was on insane constantly. Now I have to play on about 7.
So
I'm getting old.
When I used to play Call of Duty, I think it was 5 standard. I think I used to move it down to 4.
What? No.
Maybe leave it on 5.
No, I remember watching YouTubers who would do commentaries and they're like, oh yeah, I play on 3. I was like, how? How can you possibly play on 3? I had to play on 10. If I played on anything that was less than 10, no.
Oh, it's just more accurate.
Couldn't do it. Clearly not. I was the king of Call of Duty 4 and Modern Warfare 2. I was insane.
Well, right. Last conference, I had to change articles because they didn't actually have it on their article.
Oh.
So now I'm at Kotaku.
Okay, this is for who?
This is for Nintendo.
Nintendo.
So, the sequel to The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is in development.
Breath of the Wild 2.
Well, maybe, maybe not.
Of the Wild. No,
but basically...
Sorry, no, go on. I'm thinking. Go on.
I did a reaction to this. I was very excited. As I said, started playing it again. We didn't get much info from the trailer, but we appear to stumble across some underground ancient being who's got some kind of like calamity in them. I don't really know. There's kind of a different like particle effect coming off them. But anyway, it looks cool. We're with Zelda. Link and Zelda together. Maybe we're going to, I don't know, be able to play as Zelda for possibly the first time. I don't actually know.
Hang on a minute. You're telling me that little green man's not Zelda?
Hey!
Call yourself a fan?
Hey!
Thank you. So I've spent the last minute trying to think of a humorous title for Breath of the Wild sequel, and I can't think of anything. Because you don't really follow a breath with... like, there's no sequel to a breath, is there? It's just another breath.
Fucking shit.
That's just... oh, wow, that was great.
That's a good one.
That was just terrible. That's just swearing.
That's British humour. That was the Watch Dogs Legions trailer, that was.
Yeah.
Yeah, apparently this is set 2 years after the events of Breath of the Wild. So we've saved Hyrule from Calamity Ganon, and we're all at peace in the world until we stumble across the next big threat to the land. So presumably this is a sort of Majora's Mask situation where we're going to have like essentially the same game, same engine, same world, but with, I don't know, some different aspect to it. So I can't imagine it's going to take too long to develop. Same engine, same world, it's all done. Just get the story out, add some story to that game. That's what's needed mostly. But yeah, looks sick.
Good.
Can't wait.
There you go, there's my input.
Cool.
Good. I'm glad that they're sequeling one of the best games of ever, really.
Well,
it
didn't make sense to go and bloody rip up
like this whole game, make a new engine for the next mainline Legend of Zelda game, because it's just one of the best physics engines I've ever seen in a game. And
fair enough.
It's solid, that game as well.
Yeah,
I've never seen any glitches or anything.
You've spoken before about the weird little intricacies that it has that
Yeah.
you've never before seen in a game. So
Exactly, just things that
good.
you expect to work. Like, you'd be like, oh, I might try this, and it does work. And in most video games, it doesn't. But
Yeah,
hey ho, I fed a horse an apple today. Didn't even know you could do that in
that's
in
pretty
Legend
cool.
of Zelda. Yeah, makes you love him.
Comparing that quickly to Assassin's Creed 3, there's a button for pet animal when you walk up to a cat, and what actually happens is the cat walks through your legs every time.
Fucking minx.
Yes, I know there's 8 years between those two games, but it shows how far we've come with our animal interactions in video games.
Next up, we've got some Smash Ultimate DLC fighters.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get that on my Switch as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, boy. I like Smash. I don't get it, but I like it.
I had fun playing. I had a Smash party, the nerdiest thing I've ever done.
We could have one in here.
Oh, we could.
You haven't got it though, have you?
No, I don't. It's not a game I'd like to play on my own. I don't really like fighting games either. But anyway, Banjo-Kazooie, which is famously Xbox characters. So it was much rumoured to be Master Chief coming, but we got Banjo and Kazooie instead, which is basically the equivalent of having Ratchet and Clank in Smash, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Coming back to this Xbox Nintendo crossover that we are going to be seeing in the future. And we also got Dragon's Quest's Hero. I don't even know.
Dragon Quest's Hero. I'm guessing
The Hero is his
he...
name. Okay, doesn't even have a name.
Oh,
Sweet.
good job, guys.
Animal Crossing New Horizon has been delayed till March 2020.
Oh my goodness.
So another spring game.
So we've got, let me just work this out, 18,000 years.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, guys. They've
So
really cocked that up.
yeah, I was kind of expecting this somewhat. I didn't predict it, but I was trying to think. It's one of those things that makes sense when they say it. Not that I was expecting it, but it makes sense when they say it, because they hadn't had a release date, and you're like, well, you've got to release it soon, because otherwise you're going to just clash with Pokemon Sword and Shield. But, fair play. Just get it out of the way of its own games.
Do those fan bases overlap, though? Personally, as a Pokemon lifelong fan, I've never even once dipped a toe in the Animal Crossing universe. And I know that your beloved plays Animal Crossing.
She does.
And doesn't really know anything about Pokemon.
But I think
I remember
Nintendo fans.
Recently, she didn't even know that Pikachu was indeed a boy. As in Ash's Pikachu.
Well,
she didn't realise that they were gendered.
Okay.
Because it's a construct.
Yes.
And we're very liberal in this house. Anyway, short aside there, sorry.
Yeah, so Nintendo fans.
I'm just saying that not all of the
me.
fans might cross over. Don't know why.
But
It's not the
Nintendo
point
fans are
you're
pretty
making.
hardcore when it comes to like first party Nintendo things.
That's true, yeah.
I'd say it's quite a similar.
I mean, there probably is a massive crossover.
Yeah.
I'm just being a dick.
I think, well, my girlfriend wants it, so maybe she'd get it if she wants to play it. But I'd kind of like to play it. I've got into like the Stardew Valley kind of game. It's quite fun.
Well, let her borrow your Switchy Switch then.
I will.
There you go. What else is happening on the old Switcheroo?
So the remake of The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, which was Game Boy.
Oh, I don't know.
I think.
No, we don't know.
I think it was a Game Boy game.
We'll never know. I'll Google it for you. You carry on.
Okay. It will have a custom dungeon mode where you can collect pieces of a dungeon, I believe, or unlock them, and then you can set up your own dungeons.
Cool.
Collect some loot and stuff.
Oh no, mate. Oh no, it was on a Game Boy, yeah.
Was it?
The original Game Boy.
And that's coming out.
1993. That game's older than us.
Oh wow.
1993.
Makes
Bloody
you feel
hell.
old.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, no, sorry.
It makes Zelda feel old.
And that's coming out September 20th.
Nice.
I might get this.
Pre-orders are live.
I'm kind of into The Legend of Zelda now, because obviously Breath of the Wild was my first one. So I liked that. Maybe I only liked that because...
Look at that steelbook.
Oh, it's got a Game Boy Classic
baby.
steelbook in
That's nice.
the special edition.
NintendoLife.com if you want to have a look at that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, you got fucking Google.
Go and look at it yourselves.
So,
cool.
Yeah.
Link's Awakening, good
Might go
stuff.
that. I don't know if I'm just into Zelda because of how good Breath of the Wild's world is in some aspects.
Before you know it, you'll be buying an N64 off fucking
Maybe we'll
eBay
get an
and
N64
setting up Ocarina of Time.
Some more, somewhat.
Is that even on the N64, Ocarina of Time?
I don't know.
Probably.
Ocarina of Time.
You like testing your own
GameCube,
knowledge.
I think.
GameCube, really? I mean, I don't know. Maybe it was. Let's find out. Go on, carry on.
Okay, some more Zelda stuff. This week, which was now, I think.
Nah, N64, mate.
Okay. The Cadence of Hyrule, which is a crossover between Crypt of the Necrodancer and Legend of Zelda, which is sort of like a rhythm kind of top-down-ish game that I looked up and I wasn't interested in. That's coming out June 13th, which we've passed, yeah. Okay, so it's out now.
It was out last week. Almost a week ago
Fantastic.
to the day. Exactly.
Oh,
Okay, we're getting there.
I'm getting a mouth, you know.
I'll tell you
Cotton
what,
mouth.
when you're done with this, chuck me your predictions and I'll give you a breather, shall I?
Alright.
And I'll read your predictions and tell you what you got right and wrong.
Luigi's Mansion 3 has couch co-op and an online mode. And I don't think they gave an exact release date, but it's coming out 2019 still. And you can play as Gooigi, which is some flubber, if you know that Eddie Murphy film, kind of version of Luigi.
Flubber's not on Eddie Murphy, it's Robin Williams.
What am I thinking of? Damn it!
Flubber is Robin Williams. It's very famously Robin Williams. Don't Google it. Right, here you go. I'll Google it for you. Jesus Christ. It's Robin bloody Williams. How can you get that? It's disappointed me. You've got that so wrong. Look, Robin Williams. There he is. Jesus fucking Christ. You can't get the staff. You really can't. Now I want to watch Flubber.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Nutty Professor.
You absolute muppet.
Oh, shit.
Now I want to watch Flubber. Robin Williams was the man.
Okay, yeah. Gooigi, anyway. And he's sort of like your counterpart that someone else can pick up a Joy-Con and...
They could have called him
Yes.
Fluigi. Like Flubber Luigi.
Yeah, but maybe they're trying to avoid the flubber connotation.
But it could have been a nice... Anyway, yeah, whatever.
Oh, okay. Daemon Ex Machina, I don't know, I can't even say words anymore. It's available September 13th, 2019, which is by the people, what they call Platinum, who are making, what's it called?
I don't know.
Oh dear, Bayonetta 3.
Yeah.
But they're releasing this one first. I actually quite like the look of this, even though it's a bit Japanese for me.
Is that as in Deus Ex Machina? Is that the same?
No.
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 Okay. Yeah, well, that would have been too easy, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Okay.
Next. No More Heroes?
No More Heroes 3 is in development and will arrive in 2020. I used to want No More Heroes when it came out on Wii, but I never got it. Didn't have the money.
Didn't have a Wii, personally.
And you know what? Literally, as soon as this teaser came up on the Direct, like within 1 second, I was like, that's No More Heroes 3. Don't even know how or why I'd know that, because I've never played them.
It's all that insider info we've got.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, I knew everything beforehand. The Pokeball Plus controller can be used with sword and shield, but it won't be used as a controller like Let's Go. It will be used to take care of your Pokemon on the go and give them some extra love or something.
Okay.
Like Tamagotchi.
Interesting.
Some awful looking games called Mana are coming to Switch that have never been released outside of Japan. There's probably a reason for that, because they looked rough.
What are they?
Trials of Mana and the Secret of Mana or something.
Are they just JRPGs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry,
not interested.
Alright, here's a fucking title for you. Dragon Quest 11S Definitive Edition will hit Switch on September 27th.
Oh, do you hear my ankle just click? Bloody hell. Sorry.
Yeah, they were picked up by the microphone.
Yeah.
Again, Dragon Quest. Ugh.
Yep.
The Witcher 3 is coming to Switch.
Made a video on it. Go and watch that instead.
Called the Complete Edition. All
Switcher.
the DLC. It's going to be sick. Can't wait. Love it.
Should be good. No.
Love ports on my Switch.
But
Most of my predictions were ports.
We are surprised that the Switch can handle it. Are we not?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Aren't they making a more powerful Switch though? Maybe
well,
there's going to be a
that was one of the
caveat.
predictions, and I literally tweeted that out. I was like, if these rumours are true, maybe it'll have to be on a more powerful Switch, but apparently not. Running 560p handheld, but because it's so small, can get away with it.
Okay.
Resident Evils 5 and 6 are coming to Switch, which, fair play. I don't think they were very popular, to be honest. I thought that was the low point of the Resident Evil franchise.
Aren't they like two of the worst ones?
Okay. Contra Road Corps is coming to Switch on September 24th. That looked pretty bad as well, to be honest.
Contra's quite a well-loved series, isn't it? Contra? People like that. I don't know what it is, but...
I don't know. The remake of Panzer Dragoon is coming to Switch.
Yeah.
I thought that looked terrible.
I'll pretend I know what that is.
PS2 game, that looked like... It was really on the rails. You're playing as a dragon with a gun. I don't know.
Okay.
The Netflix Dark Crystal series is getting a tie-in tactics RPG because Netflix have started making games.
Of course they have. Bandersnatch wasn't enough.
Indeed, and they've got the Stranger Things games coming out.
Oh yeah, they do, don't they?
Empire of Sin is a new game from Romero Games, which is sort of like a film noir.
Is in George A. Romero?
Oh
no,
Brenda Romero and John Romero. Founded by
Maybe
John
he's
Romero
not
of
even
Doom
alive
and
anymore.
Brenda Romero of Wizardry 8 and Jagged Alliance 2.
Oh, okay.
Which will be out spring 2020. Had sort of that LA Noire kind of vibe.
Oh no, he's not alive anymore. Whoops.
Too bad. Sizzle Reel. This is the last thing.
Here we go.
Spyro the Dragon trilogy is coming to Switch. That's
Is
pretty
it?
cool. Yeah.
Oh, even
September
more reason
3rd.
to get a Switch.
Yeah, I still want Bandicoot Crash Bandicoot as well.
You love to see it.
Ni no Kuni, which is one JRPG I'm actually interested in.
Why?
It's
Because of
coming to
Rob
Switch.
Pearson from PlayStation Access, just banging on about it constantly.
No.
Oh.
September 20th. Minecraft Dungeons, Spring 2020. The Sinking City, Fall 2019. Alien Isolation, 2019.
Really?
New Super Lucky's Tale, Fall 2019.
Alien Isolation.
Then we also got Mario and Sonic at the Tokyo Olympics, which is going to be a fun party game.
Mm-hmm.
Dead by Daylight and Dauntless, and that is everything.
Beautiful. Whew. Well, you have a breather. Chuck us your predictions, and I'll talk you through what you got right and what you got wrong. But,
Well, just see if I've got
Alien Isolation
That's-
coming
yeah.
to Switch is
Sorry.
very odd
I'll
because
do that
it's
now.
not new, and I can't imagine. Because I have this thing in my head because I see people on public transport playing Switches all the time, and I know you don't really, do you? You just kind of keep yours in your room and play it when you can't be bothered to play PlayStation. But you're not going to be playing Alien Isolation on your commute.
Well,
I've played about 2 hours of it on PS4, and it's not that I was too scared by it because I watch horror films and TV shows all the time. I'm not easily scared, but I just didn't really get into it, to be honest. It was a bit slow for me. However, I'm not... Why on Switch?
well, it doesn't just have to be.
I know you can plug it
On the
into
go,
your
yeah.
TUV and whatever, but... Oh well. Right, sorry, what were you about to say?
It's
So
all right.
I'm going to read your
It's all
predictions.
right,
Are you okay?
I've got this.
Okay. Go on then.
So I just realised that Microsoft breakdown didn't say anything about Gears,
No, it didn't.
which we had a
Or
bit
Halo.
on. Or Halo, which is coming out with the launch of Scarlet. My prediction was that the Xbox 2 will be revealed and released March 2020.
Well,
Not too far off.
I mean, you're about at least 6 months off.
Wow, I got the first part right.
As in, it's going to be released holiday 2020. That is the tentative.
I did say Gears 5 will be pushed to 2020, launching on the Xbox 2.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't right. Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order gameplay trailer shown.
Correct.
Yeah. Rocksteady reveal new game. No, I didn't get that one right.
No.
I was disappointed in this. No Rocksteady, no WB, because we're supposed to be getting a new Batman game, a new Rocksteady game, and a Harry Potter RPG. None of those. Cyberpunk 2077 trailer and release date. Let's got that right.
We got that one. Well done.
No Fable 4.
No.
On Nintendo, I said Switch Lite and Switch XL, which would be like a smaller Switch and a more powerful one. Specs would be revealed. Nope. Xbox Game Pass on Switch. Nope. Metroid Prime 4 gameplay reveal. Nope. Bioshock on Switch. Nope. New Mario Kart game? Nope. I said, I'm going to give myself a point here. I said no details on Pokemon Sword and Shield at E3, and I was right.
You were right, because it was
what I
revealed
thought
a
is
week
they would
before.
do Pokemon Sword and Shield specific Nintendo Direct in September, like they did with Smash, but they did it the week before E3, so I'll give myself a point there.
Yeah, fair enough. You can have that.
I've got nothing right with Bethesda. I'll just leave that. Ooh, spot on.
Oh yeah.
Avengers Project shown some gameplay. I'll give myself that. There was a glimpse of gameplay.
There was a trailer. It was fine.
And release window of spring 2020.
Well, you got that. Well done.
Right.
You're doing all right here.
Yeah. I said Final Fantasy Remake first episode release date November 2019. I was a couple months off that.
Not bad.
Ubisoft Watch Dogs 3 reveal set in London out this year.
Bloody hell.
What's wrong on that?
Well, only
It's
the
out
last
next year.
bit.
I said no Assassin's Creed.
Well,
right on that.
we knew that though.
Yeah, but I thought they,
Nah.
because they could have released the title or something.
Yeah, to be
because of
honest,
all the not spoilers, leaks.
Yeah, I think one of my predictions was that they were going to reveal the Viking themed AC, but it wasn't going to be called. What's the Thor movie called?
Ragnarok.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of said movie. But yeah, no AC at all.
No Splinter Cell.
Aw.
No major content drop on Division 2, I don't think. And no Beyond Good and Evil.
I think there was some Division 2 stuff, but it wasn't massive. I don't think it was noteworthy,
So,
particularly.
yeah, I said Fallen Order has hands-on gameplay.
That didn't
Nope.
happen.
Little talk about Anthem aside from some content drops.
There was
And no talk of Dragon Age 4. I'd give myself that one, to be honest.
There was no talk on Anthem, was there?
I think there was little bits, but not enough for headlines. And then I also said no Battlefront or Battlefield mentioned. Apex Legends is the main focus.
Well, not the main focus, but not bad.
Battlefield got a bit of DLC, but Battlefront should be releasing this year. The way DICE are doing things, but I thought they wouldn't.
That's pretty much it.
That's all of it. I almost got this one right, I think. So I said for Sony that The Last of Us 2 trailer would be released during E3 with a release date of autumn 2019, because I thought Sony wouldn't just not be there. They'd have a trailer or something just to keep them in the conversation, and I was almost right with that because they did release the trailer for Death Stranding with a release date of winter 2019, so I wasn't too far off.
Wasn't there an event as well where some industry insiders got to play it? I swear that was a thing.
Possibly.
Yeah. No, well, not bad. All in all, I don't remember pretty much any of my predictions, to be honest, and the fact that none of the actual reveals and info drops have triggered any memories probably is testament to the fact that, yeah, I got shit all right, to be honest. But I'm just going to look into that if there was a Death Stranding gameplay thing. Because for some reason I feel like there was.
All in all, I know you didn't particularly pay too much attention to E3 this year because it was sort of coinciding with a lot of holidays and works and stuff.
It was.
But sans Sony this year,
I think I've made that up just as an aside. But yep.
How did you think E3 was this year from the announcements that we've heard? Thoughts?
Ooh. Overall, fairly weak. But then again, I would probably say the same about last year's.
Yeah.
Was Ghosts of Tsushima a Sony conference?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, because disappointed to not see or hear anything about that, but now that makes sense. I think Watch Dogs looks great. It was the standout reveal for me, even though it's not a game I'm particularly interested in. And Project Scarlet sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Like really, really fucking good. But as a whole, E3 underwhelming. But
Yeah.
I think it's I think it's a bit of a what's the word? Not a relic, but it's kind of like it's a dying thing.
Well, the E3 itself.
Yeah, just I don't think we really need it. It's something like an expo for Comic Con, for example, where people go and they dress up and there's fan meet and greets and whatever else, things like that. I think that won't die, but something like E3 where it's just basically a load of journalists or people who get invites to just go and play games behind closed doors, whereas the general public pay, what is it, like $500 or something stupid like that for a weekend pass, and all they get to do is sit and watch underwhelming, reveals of fucking, oh, here's another game that's being ported to Switch, and it's just kind of like, really?
Well,
So yeah, I'm glad I didn't go. Not that I was going to, but
I thought definitely this was one of the weakest E3s in a while. Obviously, without Sony being there, it's sort of it weakens its position somewhat.
yeah,
It's like when back in the year 2000, Man United pulled out of the FA Cup because they went to play in a different tournament, and it's sort of
Did
from
they?
then point on. Yeah, they did.
What
It's sort
tournament?
of like the Club World Cup or something.
Oh,
So it sort of
bit weird.
reduces the magic of
Yeah.
the place. I did want to make a video on like whether E3 is like good or bad. I think it's got good and bad points. I love.
I think you should. I think you should make that.
There's hype that's good and bad, but it's nice to be excited for something and knowing that we're going to get all these announcements, and it's sort of like I don't know. I still get excited. Like sometimes I can't bother, but then like before an Xbox conference, I'm just like, what if they like do this? What if this comes out? Like then that's really cool.
Yeah, and then nothing happens.
Yeah, and then we sort of got, and the problem is with everything, I think all our kind of fandoms do this, is we get raised expectations year on year on year, and then we have a year like this, and we're like, oh,
Is
wow,
that it?
Is that it? Like, oh, you're all rubbish, blah blah blah. So I don't want to say like it was rubbish, but obviously I think it was lacking on content from previous years. But
Was
I
there
think
anything? Sorry, no, go on.
Well, I was just going to say, I think that's to be expected because this is the last E3 of this generation, essentially.
Yeah, that
so
is
next
true.
year is going to be like crazy. We're going to have
Yeah,
Sony
that's
back,
fine.
and it's going to be like, look at our console, look at our console, look at our launch games, all this next gen. Rah, rah, rah. I think it's going to be crazy next year.
That answers the little question I was going to throw out there then, to be honest, which I was going to say, was there anything that was like dropped from nowhere? Like, oh, look at this game, like a Ghost of Tsushima. There was nothing this year, but I guess that makes sense because, like you say, we're in a transitional period. There's a lot of big name things coming out, like with Star Wars and whatever else, and Last of Us 2, Death Stranding, blah, blah, blah. So, not really the time to be making these
but also in
mic drop game announcements.
This leak culture as well, where where everything seems to leak beforehand. I definitely think the biggest holy shit moment was Breath of the Wild 2 being announced, because that wasn't even considered by a lot of people. Like, but then again, Nintendo are so secret that they can still sort of do things like that.
Whereas and they're not in a transitional period. Like the Switch is going to be around for at least
the Switch is
years.
Like early generation.
Yeah.
But for example, Watch Dogs Legion was like pretty much leaked entirely before it came out. It was like there was this leak, and it was like we knew it was most likely going to be set in London for a while, and then all of a sudden, like 2 or 3 weeks before E3, they're like, "Oh, Watch Dogs Legion, it's going to be set in like post-Brexit London, and you're going to be able to play as anyone." And you're like, okay, whatever. And then it turns out to be true. So it's not like there's that big leak culture as well around this E3. It was the E3 of leaks.
It was,
which I guess dampens the excitement somewhat. But then you've got these big
leaks often dampen things.
Yeah, they do. They've dampened R10 at download. And then, but you've got these I think it was Jason Schreier who said, like, you've got these multi-million pound corporations, multi-billion to some extent, where they're like, oh, don't listen to these leaks, like, they just spoil things for you. And it's like, well, no, like, why would I, like, listen to you? You're just, I don't know, whatever. But all in all, not the best of E3s. I don't think last year was amazing either, but there were some good games on show. Yeah, and we got quite a few release dates, so we're sort of wrapping up this generation, I feel like.
There's enough here that got me excited. So Watch Dogs Legion, FIFA Volta, football looks great. I think for you, Breath of the Wild 2, and
pretty much everything we reacted to.
Yeah, it interests us.
Yeah.
To be honest, which makes sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, aside from that, we've got Pokemon coming up, which looks great. Call of Duty's going back to Modern Warfare. It's literally just called Call of Duty Modern Warfare, which is interesting. I should have made a video on that, but I've been so strapped for time recently. But anyway, I think you should make your E3 video, giving your opinion on whether or not the event is necessary, would you say? Is that what it's going to be?
Relevant.
Relevant, yeah, I like that. So look out for that. We'll be back in... Sorry, I'm going to end it, is that alright?
Oh, that's fine.
We'll be back in 2 weeks, because we're now doing these bi-weekly, again, because we're just always strapped for time. So... look out for that in 2 weeks' time. In the meantime, there will be other little tidbits because, well, we just like to keep a little bit active, don't we?
Yeah.
And it's easier to make short-form content, not hour-and-a-half long podcasts. But anyway, thank you very much for listening. As always, Joe's now going to go and probably neck a beer to ease his weary throat, aren't you, mate?
Indeed.
Good. Well, thanks for listening, and bye for now.
Bye for now.